Hey everyone, welcome back to the ANA podcast where I'm Aaron.
And I'm Adam, and today we got a special episode for you guys. We're gonna be ranking every single Marvel movie.
Okay, let's start off with our Spider-Man movies. And this is
And
not including the
yeah,
MCU Tom Holland ones.
so this is just Tobey Maguire's trilogy, Andrew Garfield's two movies, and the Spider-Verse movie. Okay, you want to start off
Starting
with
up at number 7, I have The Amazing Spider-Man.
the
From
first one?
2012, yes. The
Really?
Amazing Spider-Man.
I have the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's
I
talk
don't
about
know.
The Amazing Spider-Man, the first
You
one.
really like the Amazing Spider-Man
Okay,
2 more than
Andrew Garfield is a great Spider-Man. Not my favorite, Tobey Maguire. But I just think it's the weakest movie. It's by no means have we ever had a bad Spider-Man movie, but The Amazing Spider-Man is just the bottom of the barrel for
I
me.
like
I
it
can
more
see
than
where you're coming from. I can see where Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I just like the visuals so much better there.
I don't know. Amazing Spider-Man 2 has a way better
Yeah,
villain, way better story. I don't know. It
it
just
does have a
makes so
better
well.
villain, Spider-Man.
Let's get to our
Okay.
number 6 because I want to see what you got. Okay, I have Spider-Man 2. I know it's very controversial. People say it's the greatest superhero movie of all time. It's so far from it. It's just the whole MJ and Toby. They don't even have that
Yeah.
good chemistry.
Yeah.
They're really like she was annoying throughout the entire movie. Doc Ock, he's a good villain, don't get me wrong. But it just wasn't that I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like they crammed too much in it. You get what I mean? Like
It
they tried to do way
it
too
should
much.
be like a perfect superhero movie, but it just comes down to personal preference. It just doesn't hit the mark for us.
Yeah.
And our number one might be like controversial, but we'll see. My number 6 is Into the Spider-Verse. Again,
You like no.
in
You
no
like
no no no.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 more than Into the
Again, another
That's
controversial
wild.
pick. Into the Spider-Verse just feels really incomplete. It just feels really like
Feels really
there's
comfy.
so much you can do, and it's amazing, but I don't know. Like the Kingpin as a villain, I love him, but he has way too many goons. There are way too many villains. That way too much stuff going on. I think they really fixed it with Across the Spider Verse. But Into the Spider Verse from 2018 is my number
Okay.
6.
Okay, next up, I have for number 5. I have Into the Spider Verse. I just have it higher. I
Yeah.
don't understand how you
Well,
could
I
like
hope
the
that
first Amazing Spider-Man. No, I don't understand how you could like Spider-Man 2 more than than Into the Spider Verse.
we'll talk about it right
It's
now.
just so. What's your
My
number?
number 5 is Spider-Man 2. So we already talked about that. How we're not the biggest fans. It's a good movie. By no means it's a bad movie, but it just doesn't hit that mark for us. My number 4 is The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
My
Because the
number 4 is the
visuals.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Okay, the
Okay,
visuals.
let's debate. Tell me why you like the second one more than the first
Okay,
one.
the second one, I'll admit, worst villain. But oh my gosh, that chemistry between
No,
Emma Stone and Andrew
I
Garfield.
feel
What?
like they ruined that by trying to make it seem like they were having relationship problems when they didn't. Remember how they like broke up
Oh
for like
yeah,
a day and he
right.
was like spying on her? That was just like
That's
that's
creep.
so
Dude, he's a
forced.
creep. Kind of.
No, they tried to make
Yeah,
it. They tried
no,
to make
yeah.
it like Toby and
And
Mary
she-
Jane. Like
yeah.
that was not.
I
No,
can see where
like
you're
you didn't
coming
have to
from.
do that.
Yeah, it was really like crammed in there just like for the sake of having that romantic thing. But
And then Harry just got off.
go back and watch the visuals. They're so amazing. The web slinging, the very
visual-
beginning. The very beginning.
Here's my take on like CGI visuals. That doesn't make it a good movie.
No,
It makes it look better. It makes it more entertaining. That
Yeah.
doesn't make it a better movie.
By no means. Like
Yeah.
Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man had like not so good visuals, but it's still amazing. But Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, oh my gosh, like that swinging scene in the beginning with his new suit. Also, that Andrew Garfield suit is my favorite Spider-Man live action suit. Live action suit.
Doesn't even cut the top suit for me.
Really?
But,
Okay. Let's go to your number 3.
What's your number 2?
Spider-Man.
Same.
2002.
I have Spider-Man. I
Nice.
think we have the next two.
Okay.
Okay. So Spider-Man. I feel like that's the first super. In my opinion,
Yeah.
that's the first
Yeah.
superhero
I know
Marvel
Blade
movie.
came out before. I think Ghost Rider too, but that's the first.
And X-Men, but
Oh yeah, and
but that
X-Men.
defined Marvel.
Yeah.
Like CGI for that time is
Dude.
insane. Oh my
And
god.
then it introduced one of the best villains, Norman Osborn. Oh my
the
gosh.
best, the best
The
like
best-
friend in all of
Yeah,
superhero Harry. You know?
Harry. We'll
I
talk
like
about his
superhero
arc in a
movies,
bit. Oh my gosh, that's just amazing movie. If anyone wants to get into Spider-Man, that just screams friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay, my number 2 is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Same. Me too.
Yeah.
That movie was just wow.
Like when we
Wow.
walked out of that theater, dude. Oh my gosh, the visuals, like we said, animation. I really think they took a step up from
It's
Into
crazy.
the
It's
Spider-Verse.
crazy how this is a setup.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
a
a setup
setup
for
for
Beyond.
Beyond the Spider Verse.
Now I would admit Shamik Moore
Oh, should make more
he's a weird, yeah, like
freaking
it's
out.
he kind of doesn't, but no, it doesn't degrade the
Yeah,
movie.
no,
It's still
no.
a great movie. I don't know why Aaron never really liked Miles. I've
I
always liked Miles.
yeah.
Guess he's always like
I
suspected.
just have never. Yeah, I knew if I no, I'm
Miles isn't
kidding.
a bad character. I still
No,
love
it's
Miles
just a
Morales.
Shamik that's kind of
Yeah,
contradicted. I just never really like. That's just personal preference. I don't really like Miles all too much. He's a decent protagonist, but not my favorite. I
yeah,
really
but
find
that movie was great.
I find Gwen more interesting. I find Miguel O'Hara way more interesting. Such an
Maybe
amazing
Miles
movie.
isn't a nom.
Miles is like all the cameos are great, but oh my gosh, it was like a spectacular like Infinity War type. Yeah.
Yeah, that was just an insane movie, and the fact that they had little cameos from Andrew Garfield.
Andrew
Remember?
Garfield, Donald Glover showing up.
Yeah,
It's
that was great.
crazy.
The movie was great.
And then
Okay, and our
number
number
one,
one,
Spider
Spider-Man
Man 3.
Okay.
Okay, we're not trying to be different. This will make our case right now.
Okay, let's
Start off.
people back then. I feel like people back then didn't have taste. Like, okay, I know
Okay,
people in 2007, they didn't have like it was meant to be cringy. It was meant to like
yeah,
people say
yeah.
like the whole Venom. In my opinion, Venom wasn't even a bad villain. Sandman was a pretty good villain, and oh my god, Harry helped carry that movie so much. Just the best arc and like all of Spider-Man, like all of his side characters.
Can I just say, Harry Osborn? I don't care. if People call it lazy that he got like, that he like forgot everything in Spider-Man 3 or whatever, and that he hooked up with like Mary Jane or whatever, and that was like cringy or whatever. It's such a good movie. Harry's arc from the first Spider-Man to the third one where he dies for him.
The amount of the amount of memes in that
the
movie.
amount of memes in that movie,
this,
and oh my gosh, the aura Spider-Man had when he got Venom, like at first, and he like tried to kill Sandman. It's just such a great movie. Like, I know looking back, it might be a bit cringe, but it's also just like personality. I think they.
Although the relationship was between him and MJ is still not there.
Yeah, I think after the first one, it went down from there.
It peaked in the first.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was not. Yeah, but the movie was still amazing.
Movies are so overall great. Comment down below what your Spider-Man movies are. If you guys hate Spider-Man 3, I can see where you're coming from, but it's there. Let's move on.
Let's move on. We're gonna rank X-Men / the Sony movies besides Spider-Man.
Sony, yeah.
Fantastic Four, X-Men, the Logan, Wolverine movies, Deadpool.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started. There's 15. About 15?
14.
14, okay. My number 14, I have the Fantastic Four, the old.
Really? The first one?
No.
Oh, the Miles Teller.
Yeah, the one.
Yeah.
That was just a horrible movie. It's just
Me too. I have 15.
Yeah. Okay.
The Fan Four Stick. Yeah, I was confused. Okay. The Fan Four Stick. Oh my god.
This is just.
Say that again?
I don't even want to.
I don't even want to
talk about it.
I really just regret watching that movie. There's nothing safe.
By the way, The Thing and Susan Storm didn't make eye contact throughout the entire movie until the last scene. That's just sad. They have zero.
No chemistry, no writing, no color.
I don't want to talk about it.
I really don't want to talk about it. Number 14.
Number 13.
Dark Phoenix.
I have X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Ooh, okay. Let's talk about Dark Phoenix. It's a colorful movie. I think that's the best thing I can say about that. It's a colorful movie.
Cyclops was trying to hard.
That's
Cyclops. That's not my Cyclops, by the way. That's just
he tries to hard to be a character, right? Yeah. Dark Phoenix. I think there was like some plans for a better, bigger. There's a better, bigger story there, but this movie just falls so flat. I don't get Beast. Why the heck is he a villain now? I don't get why Magneto has no right to be in that movie. He was just
the
there.
whole way how Beast, how he turned on.
Yeah, how he turned on.
There, just like what?
And then Mystique just dies. That doesn't feel earned at all.
They showed her dying in the trailer.
Dude. Oh my gosh, it's just bottom barrel X-Men for me. Origins.
X-Men Origins Wolverine. You can tell that Sony sat there cooking. They were trying to make Fox, right?
Yeah, Fox.
Yeah, not Sony. Fox. You can tell that Fox out there they were cooking, trying to make like a series of X-Men Origins Wolverine, X-Men Origins Cyclops. But no, they never did. Yeah. That movie was just bad.
It was just bad on all fronts. Like the Deadpool.
When we watched it, we didn't hate it that much.
Yeah, but like
compared to everything else,
it just falls so badly at the bottom.
Villain's so boring. The way how, oh my god, the Merc with the mouse doesn't have a mouse. Like, bro, it's so
okay,
bad. Okay,
13.
12.
Okay, 12. I have Origins. X-Men Origins.
Oh, Wolverine. I have X-Men the Dark Phoenix. We just have
to swap. Okay, we swap.
Okay, well, we don't need to talk much about it. They're both
both mid
bottom of the
movies.
barrel movies.
I'd say maybe watch them once. Have like your phone, watch it in the
Honestly, you
background.
don't even really. I wouldn't recommend watching X-Men Origins unless you're like a
Origins.
diehard fan.
As a
Don't
diehard fan, don't bother with the
waste your
Deadpool
time
thing.
because it's not that.
But I have the Wolverine. The
Number
2012.
11?
Yes, I have
The
the
Wolverine?
Wolverine.
I have X-Men Apocalypse.
Okay, let's talk about the Wolverine.
Oh, by the way, I just want to say we might have gotten mixed up. I have 15. I have the Wolverine on my last one. So that's at the bottom for me. But at my number 11, I have X-Men Apocalypse. Look at my list. Yeah, I have X-Men Apocalypse. I think you might have forgotten one, but Apocalypse, it just wasn't. It wasn't it.
Yeah,
they made
this wasn't it. Talk about it.
Professor X is supposed to be a likable character. That movie kind of made him unlikable. Like it wasn't the way his hair burned out. That was so dumb. Like he couldn't have just gotten it just from being old. No, that's just.
It's so dumb. Apocalypse. It just lost all the sauce after First Class. That's what we'll talk about right now.
The one word I can. The one word I would describe it is dumb. Like I'm sorry. Like
the only redeeming factor, sweet dreams.
Oh yeah,
that Quicksilver ending scene is epic. I have the Wolverine.
Wait, what do you mean? That's in Days of Future. Oh no, wait, never mind.
No. It is. Yeah. I have the Wolverine. No, some people say like, oh, it's style, it's this, it's that. No, it's not. It has some style in like the second act, but then in the third act, it's just.
I feel like they keep on pushing Wolverine. And Jean Grey.
Wolverine.
Like, why?
And Jean. So forced. I remember like the Jean's like ghost haunts him or whatever. It's so forced. The movie doesn't have like that great of a tone. It starts off with like a thriller, and then it's like a set in Japan, and then there's a romance, and then it's a horror because you have like that guy in World War II. It's just it has like an identity crisis.
I would admit that scene was pretty cool when he saved them.
That was cool. That was cool, but predictable that he was like alive.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's. Let's get into the top 10. Okay. What do you have for number 10?
Number 10, I have X2.
Same. I have X2.
Okay.
He's a big Nightcrawler guy, so obviously he was weak when he could.
My favorite. But
it just felt like it didn't have any direction.
Yeah. It like, just
Cyclops gets knocked down, then doesn't show for the rest of the movie.
Which will rank.
I don't even want it.
Okay, but Nightcrawler, so much sauce in that opening scene, so great. It just felt like a filler movie. Am I wrong to say that? It just felt like, I don't know. It felt like a filler movie. The way that Jean died at the end, it was cool that she sacrificed, but like.
Also, what's his name? What's it? Stryker?
Stryker. Why is he in everything?
Channel name. Like, bro, it's not.
Why is he in everything? He's a villain here, and I was like, okay, that worked. But then they brought him back.
Watch him be the main villain for Secret Wars.
I know.
Stryker.
They brought him back for Days of Past, for Origins. It's just dumb. Like X2. There's nothing inherently bad about it. It's just like I think it's overrated.
Yeah.
Some people put it above all these other movies, and yeah, my number 9. Let's get X-Men: The Last Stand.
That's my same as did. I also have the X-Men: The Last Stand. Okay. I'm gonna start my rant about Cyclops. They did him so dirty. I want James Marsden, in my opinion, is one of the best like superhero casting. They did him so dirty. They killed him off screen
in the opening,
and nobody cared. The biggest amount of like sentiment they gave to his death was like Charles Xavier just saying his name.
And then and then Wolverine, and then Logan asked Jean, "Where's Scott?"
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
They didn't, dude. Thorne doesn't care. Professor X doesn't care. Jean doesn't care that she killed her own boyfriend.
But they build like a monument for Jean when she died. Yeah. They don't care about Cyclops. It's also been there.
At the very end, it's just also he's the only one that dies because Professor X is suddenly alive in the post-credit scene. The Dark Phoenix is like.
I still don't get that.
I still don't get that. But
like what?
This movie was really just like whatever. But I have to admit, the final battle was kind of cool. Yeah. With the Magneto.
The Juggernaut, bro.
The Jug.
Top 10 cringes in all of.
But Magneto turning the Golden State Bridge, like that was
also sick. The way he lifted the chest at the end. That was kind of cool.
That was
they
cool.
Didn't make anything of
Iceman.
They have to.
Iceman had his like arc. That's why it's more entertaining than X2. That's all I'll say. But it's not good by any means.
Yeah.
At my number 8 is Fantastic Four, the second one, Rise of the Silver Surfer.
I have Deadpool 2.
Ooh.
So Deadpool 2, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's too meta.
It's too much.
I feel like they did too much. Like I like it. It's a good movie. Hey, I have it in the top 7, but I feel like it's a little too meta. Like they make too much like quippy jokes like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this.
Like,
I'm lucky, so I don't die."
he's like,
Like
I'm
it's not.
Batman. I think that's what he
Yeah,
says at one
like
point. Yeah.
it's a little too much.
A
Like
little too.
just ease it
They
down.
pushed that boundary.
I thought it's a Marvel movie. You're not.
Yeah.
I get it's Deadpool. I get it's Deadpool. Deadpool is like
He's known for
that,
being.
but
Yeah.
like it's a little too. It's honestly a personal opinion. It's personal for me. It's
Yeah, it just
not,
comes down
it's
to
not so much.
personal.
Yeah, because like I just don't. I don't find like all of that. Like it's a little too. It's too meta.
Rewatching it's like a little like too meta. Yeah, which is like this is a movie. Come on, it's not just like fan
time
service.
traveling thing was kind of
Yeah, kind
It was funny. It's a hilarious movie, by the way. It's hilarious. We love it. But
I have Fantastic Four: Red Silver Surfer. Those two Fantastic Four movies, the original ones with Chris Evans and Discalba, they're so nostalgic. They're so cool. I have Red Silver Surfer because I think it's just like okay.
wait,
It's
let me get.
okay.
I have Red Silver at number seven.
Okay. The thing I hate about the most is that Galactus sounds so cool on paper, and then he's a giant cloud on screen. He's a giant cloud on screen, and Silver Surfer is cool, and the part where they switch powers and Johnny gets all their powers is so cool.
Sick.
But
Chris Evans,
yeah,
a great
Chris
cast.
Evans,
Crazy how he also
amazing.
plays Cap.
Crazy how he
the
came back
opposite
in.
character.
And he came back in Deadpool Wolverine. That was
Yeah,
amazing.
that was hilarious. Wait, so what do you have for your number
My
7?
number 7, I have Fantastic Four, the first one.
Wow, that low?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, I have Fantastic Four too. X-Men, it's just I love it. I love it like made the Statue of Liberty superhero thing iconic.
This was one of the first X-Men. This was the first superhero team up movie. This was like the Avengers before the Avengers.
Yeah. I really like it. Let's get into it because I have a little higher. So my number 6 is Days of Future Past.
Okay. My number 6 is X-Men. What are you talking about?
The X-Men?
Yeah, the original X-Men.
Wait, so what'd you have for your last one?
Fantastic Four.
Oh, the original Fantastic.
Yeah, the original.
Yeah.
The Fantastic Four.
Confused.
Yeah, the one with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans.
That low? Either way, Fantastic Four that low.
Okay, yeah. I have X-Men number 6. What was yours?
Mine was X-Men Days of Future Past.
Oh, whoa, that low.
That would be kind of like it kind of wrapped everything together. But I can't say that it's like a great movie. It's mostly like
it's
mostly like a love letter to like
X-Men.
No, well then again that one Wolverine.
And time travel. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, but I can't sit here and say that it's a great movie because the writing wasn't that.
Yeah,
there's a ton of plot holes. Don't even let me get into it. So yeah,
the end with Mystique and her yellow eyes. It's like why do that? Are we on top 5? Right?
Yeah, we're
okay. My number 5 is Deadpool 2.
My number 5 is X-Men, the original X-Men.
Okay, so we talked about both of them. Deadpool 2 is just a little much. Like they got the first Deadpool and they were like they pushed the boundary just a little much. Still a great movie.
X-Men, like we said, defined
the first one of the came on 2000. It was like the Avengers before the like this is how you do a superhero movie. And oh my gosh, the casting. Can we talk about perfect Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, Halle Berry. They went all out. Yeah, they went all out. Yeah.
It's a great movie.
And okay, number 4, I have X-Men Days of Future Past.
I have X-Men First Class.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about Future Past. Just wrap it up.
Yeah, we just wrap it up. Great movie.
Great movie. It's like the end game of X-Men, if you want to call it that, just because it brings everyone together, the old and the new. I think it just barely passes that.
Yeah.
And that ending scene is so wholesome, where they restore the timeline with Jean, Scott. They're all happy. It's like a Mickey Mouse ending. I'm a sucker for that.
Yeah, and I really like how they didn't do Cyclops justice, but
they didn't do him justice, but they didn't kill them all.
I have
First Class.
Yeah, I First Class. I love this movie. It's just a great movie.
So much. That's my favorite. Like from a director standpoint, oh my gosh, it's such a comic book movie. You want to talk about it?
Well, yeah, it's just a great movie. Honestly, when we first watched it, we loved it.
We looked at each other. And we're like, dude, this is.
We honestly didn't know it existed because we hadn't watched all the X-Men, but then we watched it like a few years ago. So yeah, it's great.
It really is a period piece from the 60s.
Kevin Bacon, the villain. It sucks. No X-Men villain is good. If we're gonna be
honestly,
honest. Or Deadpool.
There's been like a few good,
but Magneto's the only good villain. He's
Magneto.
I don't even consider him that much of a villain.
X-Men First Class. I like how it made us like Professor X. It showed us a young charming Professor X and Mystique. They built that up to be cool.
Their chemistry, him and Michael Fassbender.
Yeah. Oh my god. Honestly.
Yeah.
Hot take. just as good, if not better, than Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart.
It's not much of a
Right?
hot take.
Is it
Yeah,
a
I
hot
like
take?
it.
Yeah, they're just two men who have like different stories, but have
Not
the
so
same
much as
goal.
brothers, but as like friends who
Yeah.
like
Oh
they seem
my
like they have a
gosh.
past by just looking at each other. Huh?
Literally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's great.
First Class is so
Great movie.
smooth, slick.
Let's
My
get to the
number
top three.
three,
Top three.
it's First Class.
First
Because how
Class. I
slick
have
and smooth
Fantastic
it is.
Four. I just love the first Fantastic Four movie, man. It's so Doctor Doom. Are you kidding? Like that movie's just great.
Doomsday coming
Johnny,
back.
the Thing, Susan Storm, Reed Richards are just all great characters.
They are, and then like they did Ben Grimm so good. Like that was heartbreaking when he came back with that. His wife didn't love him, or his girlfriend didn't love him anymore. Such a good origin story.
Let's
And
get to
then
the top two
top
because
two.
we've kind of already wrapped those up. Top two. Okay, I think we have the same top two. What's your number
My
two?
number two, Deadpool.
Same. I have Deadpool. Honestly, it's a great movie.
This
See,
movie.
that like balanced out like the funniness and like actual movie.
Actual movie.
So
it
yeah,
was on a low budget. It was on this movie was supposed to happen. We could talk about like the whole history, whatever, but basically it wasn't gonna happen. But Ryan Reynolds helped it happen, and it just had a good budget where like you could feel the action, you could feel what
obviously
that
the villain isn't supposed
the
to.
villain is supposed to be good. It's like a joke on
Funny,
his name or
great,
whatever.
funny movie.
But his meta jokes were
Consequence.
perfect. Like they just landed it. Unlike Deadpool 2 went a little over. This just landed. It was such a good movie. Monumental.
And now number one, 3, 2, 1, Logan. Come on, now.
Come on.
We don't even have to
glaze
argue.
this thing. Even the MCU glazes this thing in Deadpool.
I know, it's just the best.
It was like a send off to
Logan, really.
A send off to Logan.
Because in Deadpool Wolverine, it wasn't. In my opinion, Deadpool it wasn't Logan. It was just a dummy. Like
it was a Wolverine. It was Hugh Jackman as a Wolverine.
It was Logan just like wrapped up all of his story. So sad when Professor X died. That like broke my heart.
That broke my heart. When they
the little
him.
X-23
so cute as in that movie, and then he comes back in Deadpool.
Him and her just have like a great connection. Yeah,
great like connect like father daughter type. It's such a good like
great movie for all. Like our dad loved it.
Even our dad loved it. It got nominated for a best adapted screenplay, whatever.
Should have won.
It should have won. It should have been close to winning.
Honestly, best picture shouldn't even been.
They just took themselves seriously and they wrapped it up so nicely. Logan's death is up there with like Iron Man, and
I wouldn't say that.
It's like up there.
I wouldn't say
it's not above Iron Man, but it's like up there with Iron Man because of how brutal it is. You can see the man
died.
Wolverine
died, and we saw in Deadpool Wolverine
that he used his
to fight. Yeah, we saw that he died.
Yeah,
but that just makes it even more
impactful. But that's our ranking of the Mutant Saga. Feel free to talk about your favorite X-Men.
The Mutants is not a movie. We're not.
We're not.
I don't even want to talk about it. We haven't seen it. We don't ever plan on watching it.
No,
wasn't it?
No.
Okay, let's get into
the big one. MCU
movies. Okay, what do you have?
There are 33 MCU movies.
33. Yeah.
We'll talk. I know that's a lot, but this is a Marvel special. We'll talk about the
episode 6, by the way.
Bottom of the barrel.
Purpose, 6 Infinity Stones.
Bottom of the barrel. Captain Marvel.
Wow. I have Eternals.
Okay.
Eternals. It's a bad movie. It's a bad movie. It's
the only MCU movie to have a rotten score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's a bad movie.
Do you think it's deserving of that?
Actually, wait. There's 34 movies.
No, it's 33.
Oh, okay. Well, Eternals, yeah, it's just.
You might have been a mistake. Okay, but yeah, Eternals is just bad. Captain Marvel, it's not. It is bad in my opinion. Captain Marvel is not likable in that movie whatsoever.
Oh, did you include the Incredible Hulk?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
the Captain Marvel. I don't care for her villain. I don't care for her powers. I don't know what her powers are. What the heck are her powers? I know she got it from the space stone, but how? How can she fly so high?
I'm gonna give it props just because of how well it did.
Yeah.
So
no, it only made $1 billion because they put it in between Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, they said
so everyone went out to go watch it.
Yeah,
that's the only reason.
I just can't get what you.
They try to make it like the original.
Eternals just not.
Eternals just not there.
I thought it was gonna be like the whole team up. No, introduce us to them.
It should have been a Disney series. It should have been a Disney Plus series.
No.
Yeah, they should have been. They should have built up like every character, every.
And then you make a movie. Yeah.
And then you make a movie.
Yeah. Okay. Like it was like they tried to make us like them when we didn't even know them.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, what do you have for number 32?
32. I have Eternals.
I have The Incredible Hulk.
Okay.
The Incredible Hulk. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, I'm not the type. I already said this in the past. I'm not the type like to only like
Mm.
big fight. I mean,
Big
it's Hulk. It's
action,
Hulk, but
sky beams, pew
in
pew
my opinion,
pew.
it's just kind of boring. Like it's not much. I don't know. There's not much
Yeah,
story there. It's just mostly like, oh, this. It's you
there's
going
not much to
around.
play around with besides. Actually, there is like a big
So
green
Edward
guy.
Norton, like
Yeah,
you're gonna
Ed
recast
Norton.
him? Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just can't.
and
So you
then
have
I have
Eternal?
Eternals, which we talked about. Okay,
That it's so bad. It left a bad taste in my.
and then
I tried to pretend like I liked it at first. I don't. I
yeah,
bought it. I went
and
out.
we're
I
big
really went out and bought a
MCU.
Druid Funko Pop. Yeah, I tried to pretend like I liked it at first. Then
We're big MCU fans, by the way. None of these are like inherently bad. Like,
it aged
don't
like
watch this
cheese. It
movie.
aged like cheese.
It is yeah. Okay, and then my 31 is the Marvels.
I have Thor: The Dark World. I don't
Okay,
think I included. Actually, no. Yeah, I have the Marvels too.
okay, yeah.
It's
We'll
just.
get about that.
It
But the
felt like a
Marvels, it
Disney
just felt
Channel.
like a Disney
It felt like
Channel
an
movie.
episode of a show. It didn't feel like a movie. It felt.
It felt like a fun little event. I'll tell you this. I did have fun though.
It felt like it. No, I didn't.
I had fun. I
It
had
felt
fun
like it.
at some parts. With the cat, haha, that's cool. With the power switching, that's cool. Kamala Khan, she's so cool, funny. She
Yeah.
carried that movie. But that's it. Like, there's no like cool story. It's a movie at the end of the day, not just
It didn't feel like
little
there was like a little
fun
break just
parts.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like the musical felt so
the
forced,
musical
like the
so
whole
forced,
like
so forced. They should have gone all out with it. If they're going with silly music, they should have gone all out. But they took themselves a little too
the post
seriously.
credit scene was obviously
Let's get a
sick.
feeling
The
was
X
thick,
Men they
like
introduced
setting
us.
up Beast. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, let's get into number 30.
yeah.
What do you have?
I have Black Widow.
I have Doctor Strange. Doctor
Okay,
Strange.
this. I thought our list would be similar. Okay, this is nice. We have some things to conflict. Black Widow. I know all these female characters are at the bottom. This is just
I'm gonna
because
say right now, I don't not like. I think it's a good movie in my
I think
opinion.
it's a good movie too. But I am really salty about Taskmaster not being as cool as she could have been. Like
Red
in the
Guardian was
comics,
sick.
Red Guardian was
Yeah,
sick. Yelena, in my opinion, is
yeah,
cool.
she's cool.
She's
A
not
great character.
amazing. I don't know. She's not amazing, but she's cool. It's cool how like she blipped, but then she came back. I just can't remember the villain, but I just can't remember Taskmaster's motive. She could have been so cool. We'll see her in Thunderbolts. Hopefully, she's way cooler there. She does actual stuff from like Captain America's moves or Spider Man moves.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love the Red Guardian. I love the characters were great. Just the writing wasn't
and it came out during COVID, and then it
yeah
came out on Disney Plus, which was like a whole
way overdue
it
to
way
the point where
overdue.
it just wasn't
Yeah,
that hype. Okay, what do you got for number 29?
I have Ant Man Quantumania.
Quant that low? Actually, I only have it. Okay,
Okay,
I have Captain Marvel.
okay.
So we already covered Captain Marvel.
Quantumania. Oh my gosh, I really
Let me get. Kang was a great villain. He was an amazing villain.
he is.
He felt like a next generation
Felt like a
type.
menace.
It felt like real. It felt like a
Genuine.
real.
I
Yeah.
felt like he was talking to me, bro. He was like conquering, like, dude. But the CGI is just wonky, but like way too wonky because they spend the whole movie in that quantum realm.
Can I? In my opinion, it just wasn't that funny either.
It wasn't
It
funny.
wasn't that
It wasn't
funny.
fun.
Like I don't
The
know.
guy
I
with
laughed that much.
the guy
And
with
they
the
didn't
poles.
show Louise.
They
Come
didn't show
on.
Louise, dude.
Come on.
That's
He
why
was
they
like
didn't.
he was Ant-Man's superpower. Come on.
Yeah.
That's why it was bad because it didn't. Yeah.
The
I don't know
humor just
why.
wasn't there. The stakes weren't there. I don't know. It was just really
Also,
messy.
nothing changed. Am I
It was
right?
messy.
Nothing changed.
They just established Kang, but this Kang is weak. How does he not break out of the quantum realm?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then how does he get beat up by
By the way,
ants?
Johnson made King's not even going to show anymore. So
It's
that's
so
what-
like it just
that
feels
movie
like
officially has no meaning to it. Am I right?
you're
Because
right.
King's not showing anymore. So what's the point of that whole movie?
And then the Wasp didn't even do anything. She had a cool suit, super amazing, like colorful, brand new
Just call it
suit.
Ant-Man at this point.
Same
too.
with his daughter. I like
Yeah.
this.
And
I like this
recast her,
daughter.
That's like
Yeah, they
kinda messed
recasted her.
up.
That's kind of messed up from Endgame. I like this daughter, but no, as a movie, like from a movie standpoint, no, bottom of the barrel.
It just felt like I don't know. Felt like a movie. Felt like they just made it
Yeah,
just to make.
and
it,
I was
you know?
really hyped. I was really
Yeah.
hyped. I'm a pretty big Ant-Man fan, bigger than others, but and then Kang as a villain, but it just
The
felt
entire trilogy
fell
kind of missed.
flat.
The entire trilogy kind of
yeah.
it's kind of bad. I don't think I have any of those movies like in my top 20.
No,
I don't think
I
so.
don't
Yeah,
either.
because like they really miss. Okay, for number 28, what do you got?
I have Thor: Dark World.
I have Thor. You really wait? You have Thor: The Dark World that high? Wow.
Okay, that's not high. Thor: The Dark World. I think so many channels, so many people have talked about how mid it is.
That's
It is
Thor.
mid.
Yeah.
It is mid. The Thor Dark World. I can't even remember the villain.
You know
It's
what?
like
I'm kind of regretting this.
the elf.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
no.
say right now, I have for number 27. I have and the was Quantumania. I regret not putting Thor
Yeah,
above that. I should have. I don't know why I didn't. But yeah, Thor's a way better movie than Quantumania.
way
I
better.
like Thor. It's a great. Honestly, the
It's a
trilogy
good.
was
It's a
whole.
good origin story.
Like a
It's a
Norse
good.
god. I remember when
Yeah.
we first watched.
It
When we
felt,
first like
Asgard was a like a beautiful
Yeah.
place, bro. Like it was amazing.
Honestly, I have no complaints about the first movie. It just wasn't my.
Cup of tea.
Yeah, no. It just wasn't. It's just not better than the ones above it, except for and the Wasp Quantumania
Yeah.
and this. So what do you have for number 27?
27 is Iron Man 3.
That low? Wow.
We're gonna be heated.
I have Ant and the Wasp Quantumania. We've already covered that. Talk about Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3. It could have been so much better. I mean, like the first Iron Man was a great start. The second Iron Man, I was like, okay, now we can pick up the speed. But then Iron Man 3 was just like with the fake Mandarin thing, and then with him destroying all the suits. But then he comes back right after to Age of Ultron with all his suits. It just, I don't know. It fell flat. It could have been Iron Man. I try to defend. I try to defend it. A lot of these movies.
I ain't gonna.
This one's
I
hard
like
to
it more.
defend. This
I
one's
like
hard.
it more than Iron Man 2.
This one's just hard to defend. There you go.
Honestly, I'll talk about it when it comes to me. But for my number 26, I have Iron Man 2.
I have the Incredible Hulk.
That high? Wow, dude, you have these movies high. Wow.
I like the Incredible Hulk.
Abomination wasn't a good villain.
He wasn't a good
abomination of a villain.
Okay, good one.
He was not good.
But I just liked how it might just be personal, but it might just be personal. I miss seeing Hulk rip apart cars and throw them at people. That's what I missed. I missed the 2008.
We'll get that in hopefully the
hopefully. But like, I was just thinking, making this list. I like, man, I missed Hulk, our original Hulk, just tearing apart cars, smashing New York, because that's what he is. Like, we have a lot of villains. We have a lot of not villains, superheroes who fly, who web sling, but Hulk is just like a beast who is like crushing things. I really miss that.
I have Iron Man 2 at 26, so I just want to say, I feel like this movie ranking right now just reminded me how much Iron Man used to own the MCU. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
He really owned it. He got the first movie, and then Incredible Hulk had a movie, and he showed him the post-credit scene.
My God.
He had 2 movies before Thor and Captain America even had 1. And then he got his movie right after Avengers. That just shows how much he used to love the MCU. Yeah, it's I don't know how they didn't make more. It was just he used to own the MCU. I like that movie. People say it was too much stuff crammed into one movie. It wasn't that bad. I like it.
I like how they introduced Rhodey.
We're gonna be honest. Once we get to our top 30, I feel like they're all good movies. They're just not as good as the ones in front. Yeah. But like Eternals, that's a bad movie. Marvel is a bad movie.
Unlike the Sony movies or the Fox movies, these movies are made with care and love from Kevin Feige, from fans like us. So that's why they're all okay, watchable movies. We recommend to watch pretty much all of them, at least once.
Okay, 25.
25 is Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I have Captain America: The First Avenger. Why do you have this?
What?
I have. Okay, calm down,
dude. That's in my top 10.
The First Avenger.
Yes, the 2011 one.
The first one doesn't even compare to Civil War.
Dude. Okay, you take me out so bad. I told you this was gonna be a heated ranking. What? Okay, I want to hear this out.
I kind of regret putting it. Okay, in my opinion, I should have put it a little higher. I don't know. I have Ant-Man the spoiler. I have Ant-Man the Wasp in front of it. I shouldn't have. I'm gonna say it's just okay. I feel kind of dumb putting it behind Black Widow now. I feel kind of dumb putting it behind Black Widow, but it's not.
I can hear. Okay, it might be a person. Okay, I love Captain America. We'll talk about it when it comes to it. But
wait, can I say it? This goes deep behind. I'm gonna say it. Me and Aaron used to argue because look, my guy's Iron Man. Well, besides Spider-Man, my guy's Iron Man. His guy's Captain.
My guy's Cap.
We used to actually argue who showed him more movies, and I would get mad at people more. So I don't. It's kind of personal. Honestly.
It's personal.
It's personal. Personal. I put it. I kind of did out of spite on some levels, but I just don't.
How dare you?
I just don't. I wouldn't get. Honestly, I regret not putting it in my top 20. It should be my top 20. I don't know. I kind of did it dirty, but still, it doesn't even touch my top 10. Either way.
I'll go on to defend this movie and once it comes, but Ant-Man and the Wasp was okay, right? It was like
I have that on my 24.
It was supposed to be the sidekick movie. It barely did that. I can't remember the villain. Who was the villain? Ghost. She's gonna come back in Thunderbolts, so that's cool. My number 24 is Black Panther. The
That
first
low?
one. I know. I'm sorry. I'm
This
sorry.
guy's like putting all of his
I'm
stuff.
sorry. I'm sorry. Black Panther. It is overrated in my opinion. It's a good story. I love Killmonger. Like I love when it's deep and it's personal with the cousins and that Wakanda's beautiful, but it's overhyped in my opinion. It's
Yeah, I
just
agree. I agree.
overrated.
Like people,
Can I
little.
say?
Can I just? I get why little kids love
I
it.
get
'cause
why
come on,
little kids
it's a
love it.
Black Panther. That's
The black
sick.
that's so sick.
Yeah, that's sick. But the movie itself, I love it. I really like it. It felt like the emergence into like the new MCU. You get what I mean?
It dug us into that world of Wakanda that
I
even
feel
with
like
the
that was
new
the first movie that was away from the Avengers. You get what I mean?
oh yeah,
That
yeah.
was like the first.
Besides Doctor Strange. Besides Doctor Strange,
Yeah,
but this was even more like this was more grounded. Like we had a cousin and a cousin like fighting over the throne. It was like the Lion King. It was so
that was
cool.
sick. Yeah.
They even vibranium's coming back like in Captain America: Brave New World.
Batman the Wasp. We already covered it. We don't
We've
need to
covered
talk about
that. Like I
Bat-
talk way too much.
kind of mid. Honestly, I should have it lower.
Yeah,
If
you
I
should
was
have it
gonna-
lower.
Yeah, it's just bad.
And my number 23 is Iron Man 2. Like I said,
Iron Man.
some people say this movie's overstuffed.
I have Black Widow. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I kind of did this to be different. I regret. If I would
He
change
just
it,
loves David Harbour. You love David
yeah,
Harbour
yeah.
as Red
I
Guardian.
love him.
Which
Yeah.
no, which valid. Everyone loves the goofy guy. He's
I
gonna come
kind of
back in
did it to be
Thunderbolt.
different on some levels. If I'm gonna be honest, if I could change my list right now, I would put it lower, like a 25, 26. But I don't know. I don't hate it as much as everyone else does. It's not a bad movie by any means.
I guess yeah.
The villain wasn't even that bad. The Taskmaster was
She
cool.
was cool for what it was, but she needs to show off.
Wait, what do you have at 26?
She needs to shine.
Iron Man?
23 is Iron Man 2.
Iron Man
Let's
2.
talk about it. It was a cool. I love how they recast Rhodey. Don Cheadle's so cool. The villain was like whatever, but I like it. I'll defend it. Just like I said, Iron Man 3 was way harder to defend though. This one's way easier too.
Okay,
And
what
my
do you have for
number
number
22 is Thor 4, Thor Love and Thunder.
11 Thunder. I had that way higher. Okay, I
Way
got
higher.
Iron Man 3.
Okay, we'll talk about Iron Man 3. Do you want to defend it?
It's a good movie. That's
No, that's your argument for all these particular.
but actually no, like I enjoyed watching it. That was in my opinion, that was one of the most enjoyable like
It did have,
standalone superhero movies that I've watched because I don't know.
it did have that Christmas.
Yeah, the little cool. I'm a sucker for like battling with your inner demons. I love that type of movie.
I love when the
Yeah,
when the
I like
hero
that. I like
battles with
that,
other
yeah.
demons. They have the
So
panic
that's why I
attack
have it
and-
higher.
I get,
can't-
I get it.
It's kind of personal. I just like
But Thor: Love and Thunder.
Okay.
Where do we begin?
How
Thor.
is it that
Thor is
low?
From the MCU. I love
your favorite.
Rocket
your
Raccoon is my
superhero?
favorite character. But my superheroes are Captain America and Thor. Those are my guys. Thor: Love and Thunder just falls short. It's a colorful movie. It did a lot, but Christian Bale, they just
Excuse us
wasted
for that noise.
about
Some
that.
dumb guy.
Gore was just so wasted. They killed one god in that movie.
Yeah. That
They
was.
killed one god in the
Hey,
opening
but come
sequence.
on, the Guardians show. The Guardians show.
The Guardians show.
That's
That was cool. That was cool. The Guardians show. That was cool. Quill was cool. But oh my gosh, Natalie Portman is just so cool.
Yeah.
Her as
Awesome.
Jane
Thor,
Foster.
yeah.
But that was cool. The whole cancer
One of the
thing.
best like relationships in the MCU.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
their chemistry.
They have good.
I don't know if they're gonna come back. No,
She's not coming.
No, she died.
She died.
she died, but she's in Valhalla now. She's with Idris
Yeah,
Elba.
you'll see. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, no, it's not as bad as some people.
Dude, they made it way.
Too
Take away
goofy.
Waititi, he
Way
sold that
too
movie.
goofy.
He's
Oh
like
my
way too.
gosh.
He sold that movie.
He's the reason that's why it's down here
He
because
kind of like.
he took it over. He wanted to make it like him. He had.
He made it. Thor isn't a comedic guy. What are you
Korg.
doing?
He made his own character Korg that feel more like a main character than like.
Can you notice the difference? How in Thor Ragnarok, Thor's all like funny, goofy. Not
Yeah.
that funny and goofy, but he's starting to get funny and goofy. And then you go to Infinity War,
Yeah.
and he's the most serious guy. I get that. I get that it's because Loki died because he's been
Yeah.
through it. But then and then in Avengers Endgame, he's more goofy because
He's fat and and
so
he was like depressed. Yeah,
And then once you get to Thor: Love and Thunder, he's all goofy again. No,
We
it's
should
a
have
Taika
seen-
Waititi. He
it's
like
a-
makes him
it's
too
a-
goofy.
whiplash of like, no, Taika Waititi, dude, learn from the movies, learn from your audiences. They like the goofy, but then you took it and run with it, dude.
don't think there was one serious scene besides when somebody died. Huh?
Besides when Natalie Portman died.
Okay, what do you got for number 21?
21 is Thor, the
I have
original.
Ant-Man.
Okay, that's not bad.
Ant-Man. You said that this movie's so weird.
It's a heist movie.
No, this movie is so weird. I watching it, some parts feel like, oh, I like it, and then the next scene, I just start
because of Edgar Wright.
Yeah, because Edgar Wright, he got fired like halfway through the movie, and then he got a new. It's a mash of like two directions of where you're going.
It's like a massive like fantastical because this isn't
and that ruined it for me.
This isn't your typical superhero, you know. He's not out here fighting. He turns tiny, he turns big.
Yeah,
Edgar Wright had that sauce of like playing with the miniature scale, but then the new director Peyton Reed came in and it just made it like a heist movie, which it was good because you had Luis like was cool there. Oh my gosh, and Legacy, it established Legacy with the old Ant-Man.
Yeah, I like that.
Michael Douglas as his old Ant-Man that established like, okay, we had these older superheroes and now we have this new generation. Then we're gonna have like the new generation with like Ant-Man's daughter. That's so cool. Top 20 time. Shang-Chi.
I have Black Panther. We already talked about Black Panther. Let's talk about Shang-Chi.
It was one of the best movies to come out since Endgame. It's one of the top 5 movies since Endgame. It's just unique. I love when MCU tries new things, it either goes flat like Eternals, or they put love into it and it comes out cool. Like Shang-Chi, it felt like a revenge story with his dad, and it was just so cool. I think the only like gripe with it is like, of course, it has to be a dang monster at the end. Why couldn't it just been like the 10 rings fighting like anime style? Why? They had to bring a monster just because it's an action movie. That's my only complaint.
Like a Disney Plus show to me. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, but I have it on my 19, so
okay.
I like it.
My 19.
It was like we had like a slump of movies with
Black Widow, slump. Eternals,
like Black Widow, Eternals, Thor: Love and Thunder, miss after miss. Yeah. And Shang-Chi kind of like gave us more hope in Marvel. Like if Shang-Chi was bad, Marvel might have like
it might have
declined way more.
But now we have this cool superhero. Hopefully, it's a part of Doomsday, part of Secret Wars. All these.
What do you have for number 19?
Man,
you said, oh yeah.
Man. Well, which I said, I like because it's a heist movie, but it just could have been so much better. I think if they nailed that first Ant-Man movie and then they did the trilogy right, he might be up there with one of my favorites, like Cap, Thor, Ant-Man.
Yeah, but that trilogy definitely
just couldn't save it.
I don't feel like he even really deserves a trilogy. If we're being,
I know, but you have to admit this feat that they got Ant-Man.
Gets a trilogy. This
D-tier, F-tier character of Ant-Man turns into like very popular.
Yeah, they kind of, in my opinion, they kind of made him from like a D-tier character to a B-tier to like where a lot of people like him. There's a lot of like
A-tier. He basically saved the universe in Endgame. Like he's a big part. Like they made and just. Paul Rudd, just his charisma just saved it.
What do you got for
18 is Doctor Strange.
I have Thor. That high is wild. I don't even have it in my top 30.
Hey.
That high
top
is
30?
That high is wild.
Okay.
What do you have to defend about it?
Doctor Strange was, like I said, disconnected from the Avengers. It was one of the first ones that's like, okay, it's not mentioning Stark Industries or whatever. It's about a guy learning how to use his hand, like not learning how to use. Okay, he's a surgeon. He lost his hands. Now he has to learn magic. It's like Harry Potter, bro. It's like a Harry Potter wizard. The villain was okay, and then like the Dormammu, I've come to bargain. That's cool. I just really like the ancient one. I just like the Comertage world they set up. I think as a movie, okay, but then now that we see him,
a great character.
But that introduced the Marvel sparkly thingies that was. Carried that scene in Endgame.
Wait, can I say this? They're kind of milking it, huh? The whole thing, they're kind of milking like a Disney
It's in
Plus
everything, dude.
Like, okay, they're kind of.
It wasn't She-Hulk.
It was in Deadpool Wolverine. Come on, like, dang.
But this is where it all started, and like, if they hadn't nailed this, we wouldn't have that perfect Avengers scene with all the sparkly things. Yeah.
Okay, what do you got for number
17? I have.
Oh wait, we didn't even talk about my 18.
Oh,
Ragnarok.
Oh.
So this, I have that low. Yeah. The entire Thor quadrilogy is it's
interesting.
It's interesting.
But Ragnarok, I love it. I love the third movies of trilogies are usually like great.
You should have made it higher.
You should have made it higher.
But yeah, I like it. It was funny. Loki. Oh my,
We'll get
Loki's
into it
such a
when it's
great
my
character.
Loki's so
Okay,
cool.
what do you have for number 17?
I have Spider-Man Far From Home.
That low? No, that low. I have it almost in my.
Okay, look at you sucker for Spider-Man. I know, but Spider-Man
I
Far
have it
From
in my
Home.
top 8. I have it in my top 8. What?
Okay, Far From Home. It's not a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man movie, and I
Oh,
know this is an
Let me
MCU.
just say, we don't need to cover Thor Love and Thunder. We already covered that. Right?
Yeah, we
That's
covered
what I
Love
have.
and Thunder.
Okay, so talk about.
Far From Home. It's not your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man movie. He's in Europe.
It's so relatable now. So yeah, like
He's
we
in
love-
Europe doing yeah, this is relatable.
So
He's in Europe doing tricks with this magician Mysterio, which I love. By the way, that post-credit scene. Hello, probably one of the best post-credit scenes since
wait,
Iron Man.
Can I say the only reason why I think you might have it was because it completely ruined like the hype for Endgame from us. Because I
Oh my
remember
gosh.
when we went to go watch Avengers Endgame, I looked up and then there was a little trailer of Spider-Man Far From Home. So come on, like
we
come
knew
on,
that
Marvel.
Spider-Man was coming back.
I know you
Dude,
can't wait like a few more weeks to get out the trailer and announce it. Like
that's another
that kind of made it.
And
yeah.
then I
So-
loved his chemistry with MJ. That was amazing.
Great.
I
love the trip. Like, where they go on
I love the trip.
that
I love the
movie.
trip. But another thing
And
that's
I went in the road trip vibes. Huh?
yeah, in the road to back. The big thing that kills it for me, looking back, is that Nick Fury scroll thing because of Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
Horrible show. Like, do not watch that Disney Plus show. Maybe we'll rank the Disney Plus shows one day, but just do not watch that. But besides that, it's a good movie.
It was a great. I can't name a single like
Mysterio was
key
great.
flaw. Great villain, great best friend. He had a great love interest with
Mysterio was
MJ.
so
They
real,
have great
dude.
connection. Just a great. Honestly, the Spider-Man trilogy one of the best MCU trilogies.
Yeah, it's up there.
In
with
my opinion, it's
Guardians.
my second
yeah.
It's my second favorite MCU trilogy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you have for number
16 is Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
You did not have to. You cannot be doing. Okay, I have Into the Multiverse of Madness. Did you forget Multiverse of Madness?
No.
You have it that in your top 15
It's
is
coming
wild.
up. It's
No,
coming up.
top 15 is wild.
It's coming up. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. This was a crazy movie because, like R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, he was an amazing. He made Black Panther. He's a legend. But the fact that they were able to pull off a Black Panther movie without your Black Panther, and then have Shuri, and then that beautiful post-credit scene where he has a son, they just wrapped it up so nicely. And then, like, dang, they had the guts to kill the mom. They had the guts to kill the Queen of Wakanda.
Yeah, I have
that was great. And then Namor was an amazing villain.
Yeah, but I have Multiverse of Madness. It was a. I liked it. I liked that multiverse movie. What Wanda? My only complaint is that they kind of like made it a little too much about Wanda. Way too much. It's a Doctor Strange movie. Give us Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Like, you don't gotta make it.
Yeah, you don't gotta. Yeah, well, Wanda is interesting. She had her own show. She was basically the main character of that movie.
I gotta admit, they gotta, like, stop with some multiverse movies because
they gotta stop after this multiverse saga.
Secret Wars, yeah, you guys like
bring it back to the X-Men. And
honestly, no, like Hollywood has to stop.
Yeah, Hollywood, dude,
because you're making way too like.
Wasn't
chill.
it? It's like in DC. It's in Invincible. It's in like all these things.
We get it. There's multiple. Like, we get it.
We're gonna get tired of the multiverse someday. But my number 15 is Avengers: Age of Ultron.
I have
which came out in 2015.
Talk about
Wakanda Forever. It's like beautiful. I think it made one of the few that like made me not cry, but tear up.
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron. Interesting movie. A lot of people do like it. A lot of people don't like it. Within its context, it's great. But if you look at it, Ultron had
nostalgic.
Ultron had so much potential. Toys. What If showed us that Ultron had so much potential to be a Thanos type threat, an even bigger Thanos type threat. But all he does is destroy a city.
Yeah. No, in my opinion, they didn't waste Ultron's potential because that just showed how great the Avengers are as a team. You get what I mean? Are you kidding?
They did bring them together.
Listen. Ultron, we knew that he could have been a universe-changing threat, and somehow, Captain America, a guy with a bow and arrow, just a regular human in Black Widow, Iron Man, Hulk. I get they had help from Vision and Wanda, but still, isn't it crazy how they stopped them? And even like the and what if even the universe, greatest heroes of all time couldn't even they could barely stop them?
Yeah,
isn't that crazy? It just showed us how great the Avengers are as a team. That movie was one of the best Avengers movies. So
that was a good point. In Avengers, they finally became a team, right? Yeah. In Infinity War, they're already gone. I think Age of Ultron, really showed their team
Yeah, I
chemistry.
love that. I love that. Yeah.
Age of Ultron was the only like
So
movie where they
nostalgic, by the
fought
way.
together. Like that
Yeah.
was so cool. Yeah, that deserves its spot.
Okay, what do you got for number 14?
14, I have Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange and Multiverse of
I have
Madness.
Age of Ultron. We already talked about
Okay,
both.
talked about Switch both.
So yeah,
Let's
they're
go to
both great movies.
let's go to 13. I have Spider-Man: Homecoming.
That low, dude. I have
Calm
also
down.
I have
Calm-
also
okay,
Spider-Man
the
movies in
Glaze
top
is
10.
crazy, bro.
It's how's that Glaze? He's the best Spider-Man. I have Iron Man. I have Iron
Okay,
Man.
I respect that.
I don't love Iron Man as much as others do, but I really like it as a movie. It's a great like standalone superhero movie. Great,
take a
good
shot
villain.
every
Good
time you say
villain.
great.
Yeah, good villain.
every time.
Good villain.
Yeah, good villain, good setup.
So
Over
I
that
just want to apologize for saying great and good so many times.
Homecoming, it was a great no. Homecoming was a solid start for to that trilogy because it didn't show us the origin, right? It didn't show us the origin, but it pulled off to be a great Spider-Man movie.
Dude, it's top 10.
It was just. Can I just say, like, John Watts didn't have the sauce that Raimi did, or the sauce that Mark Webb did.
Yes.
No,
are you kidding me? He has way more sauce than Mark Webb. He's a way better director.
No, Mark Webb had like the swinging with the Electro and the swinging in Spider-Man 2 and the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Can you listen? In my opinion, he made it. Okay, he made it like a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man trilogy, and I get that it's not. He went to space. He was Iron Man. But in spite of all of that, because you could tell he might not even like have put like all that in there, but he somehow still made it feel like grounded. Yeah. Homecoming felt grounded. Homecoming is grounded. I get that. Far From Home felt grounded. I get that there's a big
what?
It was Jones. It was Jones.
Well, I know. Yeah,
I know that.
Grounded.
It still feels grounded.
You have scrolls at the end.
It still feels grounded.
You have Nick Fury's face.
In spite of all of that, it still feels grounded.
Yeah, no, it still feels
Even
grounded.
Nick Fury made a joke like when he said
his face. Yeah, no, I get that.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is grounded. I think only because our boy Tom Holland has so much charm. Him and Zendaya and Jacob Badlett, Ned. They're just like best do it. They feel like so they feel like our friends. Like they were able to pull that off so well.
What do you got for number 3? No, for number 12.
12 is Captain America: Civil War.
Oh, I think we might have to switch. I have the Winter Soldier. It's such a cool movie. Like it's such a cool
define aura.
Yeah, the Winter Soldier is so cold. He's such a like. Yeah, talk about Civil War.
Civil War is such a unique movie where it's like. It's Captain America's movie, and it is Captain America's movie. I can go watch it right now and say that it is a Captain America movie, even though some people might call it like it's an Avengers 2.5. No, the Avengers are part of it. They're the foil. The Avengers are the like antagonists, pretty much. To it. Oh my gosh, the fact that they're able to like just do that, the fact that they're able to pit.
The first time I watched it, I didn't even know what they were arguing about. I thought that they were just fighting just to fight, but just now when you watch it again, like. Yeah, it's like such together. It's like so like they don't make it too political, but it's like it is like that. At the end of the day, people get injured during those fights, and you need to like adjust that.
Yeah, like that was a big.
You need to adjust the fact that like so many people die while saving people.
I think this was an overrated movie. Just let me say, no. Just let me say, there's nobody really learns a lot of lessons. Nobody really learns a lot of lessons.
You learn that superheroes.
No.
You learn that saving the day comes at a price.
In the character, in like the characters themselves.
Okay, yeah, no, but I mean for the
movie, for us,
you learn that saving the day comes at a price. That not everybody's gonna be saved.
We know that, but we get to see that on screen that they address that like, okay, Hulk saving the city, but he probably like smashed the car.
I don't have a problem with Thor and Hulk not showing. They're not.
No, I don't have a problem with that.
They're doing their own thing.
But Team Cap, all the way.
It's Iron Man. Iron Man was way more right. Whatever.
Comment below. Team Cap. It's Team Captain America. Civil War is great, but Avengers
only cares about his friend.
Avengers, okay. Avengers is my 11.
What do you have for Avengers?
Yes, Avengers. Just not cracking the top 10.
I have Captain America: Civil War.
So okay, talking about Civil War. Avengers. What can I say? It's probably one of the most like groundbreaking movies in Hollywood. They're able to put all these characters into one and still have a story.
Marvel on the map.
Just put Marvel on the map. This was their like big $1 billion. It was the first like Marvel movie to make $1 billion. I think so.
You can tell Eternals tried to replicate this and they did terribly. Like they're not him.
Yeah, like, they didn't try to replicate it, but they did like that big team up. Really ambitious. That's so ambitious. Putting them all together. and still having a story. Because it's
The
one thing to have
banter between all of them was
banter
so
between like
sick.
yeah, oh, and that the payoffs, like
And
you're
then
not
the
the one to
villain
make,
was, oh my god, Loki as a villain. Like,
oh
dude,
my
that's so
God.
genius.
And then now like with Doomsday,
Post credit scene of Thanos,
with
like,
Doomsday is gonna have
he
like
makes-
Loki as like the hero, and then Tony Stark.
dude, I'm getting
Art
chills just
Design-
thinking about like how good that movie
This
is.
movie just put, like
How
you
do you have
said,
it number
Marvel
11. I
United.
have it at number 10.
I'm sorry.
I have it number.
It should have cracked the
I have it
top
at number
10.
10. So what do you have?
My number that top 10 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Okay, I have Guard. Actually, I don't have it that much higher. I have the Avengers.
Okay,
So we already talked about it. Let's cover it.
Guardians 2. Let me preface this. The Guardians are my favorite superhero team contained within themselves. Favorite trilogy. I love Rock Raccoon. Guardians 2 was just the weakest installment of the trilogy. That's all. Why? That's the only reason why it's there. That
Yeah, I
Yondu
agree
scene
with
was heartbreaking. It's in like the top 10 saddest like MCU deaths. I can't think of some other ones besides like Tony Stark, of course, Natasha.
Also, give us a teaser to how big Rocket would be a character in the third one.
Yeah,
'Cause remember at the
yeah.
end how he had a connection with Yondu.
And then
Baby
all those-
Groot, amazing.
Oh, Baby Groot was so cute. And then Drax was hilarious.
He
The humor was
He
hilarious.
argues that he's better than Baby Yoda. I don't agree.
Baby Groot is
Baby
very
Yoda's
good.
better.
But the humor was hilarious, and unlike Quantumania, which had like awkward moments of being
Unlike
funny,
Love and Thunder.
unlike Love and Thunder, which had awkward moments of being funny, James Gunn cooked, and he knew what he was doing by having fun and making these characters funny.
James Gunn's the best MCU, arguably
Director.
Marvel director.
Yeah,
Marvel director, yeah. Well,
yeah.
on
I can't
par,
think
in
of
my opinion,
another.
on par with the Russo brothers.
Yeah,
but
with Russo
like,
brothers, but they get to
yeah.
That's just and I'm so glad he's at DC now. Gonna be Superman, but Guardians 2 is just
What do you got for
my
number
10. Number 9 is Captain America: The Winter Soldier, which we already talked about.
I
So
got
much.
Homecoming. We already talked about it.
Talked about both
I
of
like
these.
Homecoming. I have it in my top 10. I have all other movies in my top 10, but yeah.
Talked about both of them. Okay, number 8 is Iron Man, the movie that kickstarted it off. I really like it.
Not far from home.
Okay,
It's just such a, oh my god, I love that movie so much. It's so
Yeah,
top
it is
8
good.
is like peak. Once you get to your top
Top
10,
8.
every single movie is peak.
It was
It's
like-
peak cinema.
yeah,
Like Avengers, just absolute cinema.
Yeah.
The meme, like everything.
Absolute Cinema. Number 7, also Absolute Cinema. Deadpool Wolverine.
Deadpool. That
Yeah,
low? No, what?
no.
Dude,
No.
dude, I thought you stuttered. What? What?
I'll get on in a
That
minute.
low?
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
wait,
sporting
no,
the
we're
shirt.
not- well, listen, we're not. I feel like you got confused here. Okay,
We're not ranking.
we're not
how
ranking-
good they are.
no,
we're ranking.
we're not ranking MCU movies. We're ranking MCU movies based on how good they are, not correlating to the MCU.
I know that it's not
Buddy,
connected
I feel
to.
like you got a little confused
No,
there.
no,
okay?
no. Hey, leave me alone. I know how I cook. Dude, you put Black Widow on top of like Thor Ragnarok, whatever. But let me just
Number
say,
7 is wild.
what's your number 7?
My number 7, I have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. We already covered that. Let's talk
Okay.
about.
I don't want to talk about. Okay, putting me in the hot seat. Let me tell you this. I love Deadpool Wolverine. I
You're telling me that you-
love Deadpool Wolverine. My second favorite movie of 2024 after Doom Part 2. It was amazing. It was like a love letter. It put a bow on the Fox era. I think we can agree that Deadpool suit and that Wolverine suit are amazing suits, like the best we've ever seen on screen. It was such an experience watching it on screen, seeing Johnny Storm. But I think
Dude, you glazed
think-
Gambit you glazed
I
Gambit and
Gambit-
Wolverine. How do you not have them higher?
ooh, I'm about to make a
How
name
do
for
you
myself
have-
here. It's just not higher because I think these movies just have more value. When I was making this list, I was like, okay, I know this is personal, but I know that also, like watching it again, it just gets old with like with the meta jokes, like with Blade.
Old?
No, not old, but it's just like Blade, like there's only one Blade, there's only gonna be one Blade, or like when Alexa was talking about how Daredevil, and it's like it's okay because that's a meta joke. Like the same problem with Deadpool too. It's like the meta jokes are there, but it's still amazing because Wolverine. Oh
What do you
my
got for number
gosh,
6?
Yeah,
Let's get
that's
to
great.
number 6 because
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about Death Wolverine once I get.
My number 6 is Thor Ragnarok, which I love that movie. I love Thor.
Number top 6 is wild, dude. Did you just say Thor Ragnarok?
Yes,
Number
I love
6.
Thor.
No, wait, dude. Aaron,
What?
look at me in the eyes. You like Thor Ragnarok more than Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, I'll go out and watch.
Dude, are you serious?
Yes, I'll go out
Aaron,
and watch.
stop trying to be different, actually.
I'm not trying to be different.
Stop.
You know,
dude,
dude. You know how much I glaze Deadpool Wolverine. You
Are
know,
you serious?
you know how much I glaze Gambit, bro. You know that. But it's like when you put it into a story, it's just like
Number
ah.
6 is insane, dude.
It's my number 6. I love
I've never heard you say that before. I've never heard you say how much you love Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. I love Thor. Why do you think I love Thor? I think that movie kickstarted my love for the character of Thor because it shows how cool he is, how he managed to become. I saw that.
Oh.
I saw how funny he can be, how powerful he is without his hammer. He like soloed the whole army of like Hela's death agents or whatever with his lightning, with his power. That was Taika Waititi at his finest, and the humor was there, just like Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it had that same Guardians of the Galaxy type.
It did not. It doesn't
Humor,
even compare to.
humor.
It doesn't even compare to Guardians' humor.
It's funny and serious, and
It's not serious.
and that.
It's not.
Oh my god!
I got
I heard that.
It's
Oh,
not
that's what you
serious.
get for talking about Loki. Oh my gosh, was this so cool? And then Hela was a respectable villain. I think she's in the top. She's in the top for the MCU movies. We talk about all these heroes, villains like bottom of the barrel, but Hela, the fact that like she's respectable enough to come back and like, what if?
She's not top 6.
No, not top 6 villains, but she's a great villain.
Wait, what do you think about Infinity War being number 6 for me? What do you think about it? Do you like it? Number 6? I can name 5 better movies.
You can name 5. Okay, okay. No, I'm sorry. That's not bad, but that's a choice. I just didn't expect that from you. That's your number 6.
Yeah.
Infinity War. Okay, talk about why it's number 6.
There's not much to talk about. I just like the other ones better. I'm not gonna.
Okay, we'll talk about the Infinity War.
I will not tolerate any Infinity War slander. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a perfect movie.
Yeah, it's a
perfect movie.
This was the This was the crossover of crossovers. I don't think we'll ever get that until Doomsday or
it's not
Secret Wars.
It's a perfect movie. It's just I like the other 5 better.
The villain.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna. Hey, don't even say it's too much of this. No, because it's too much of nothing. It's a perfect movie. Great movie. I just have it number 6. Okay. For let's get into the top 5. Okay.
Number 5.
It's a little longer than usual, but it's a
I don't know why. I don't know why I cooked you. My number 5 is Infinity War.
Well,
I know.
I'm getting so mad.
Okay, but at least it's top 5 MCU.
Got for no reason.
But at least it's top 5. Okay, let's talk about Infinity War.
Wait, I have Guardians of the Galaxy. You can't even argue, okay? Listen, I love Guardians. Honestly, these are both peak cinema. Okay,
like
Guardians
we said,
of the Galaxy,
peak cinema from here on out.
The villain, I'll admit, the villain, yeah. The villain was kind of bad. I think everything else made up for it. It was hilarious, the whole Quill dance fight, everything.
Okay,
by the way, Star-Lord and Spider-Man are my favorite superheroes. I mean, my favorite Marvel characters. Yes, I love that movie. Introduced us to so many great characters.
Dude, we talk Spider-Man here, dude.
No, actually,
need some more like Gambit.
No,
we need something.
But actually, yeah. Okay, now let's get into Infinity War.
Okay, Infinity War, amazing movie. I think we can agree that this was our face leaving the movie. We're like,
yeah,
they killed off Spider-Man. They killed off Mantis. They killed off Drax. They killed off who else? Wanda.
We didn't know if they're okay. Wanda, we probably didn't know that they were coming back.
We probably because of No Way Home. Because of not No Way Home. Far From Home. We
know for like a year we were like done.
We're like depressed. They depressed us. It was like crazy. But
that's the first superhero movie where the villain like won.
Really wins. Yeah.
Because I guess you could say like Dark Knight Joker won. Yeah. But no, he didn't really win because like
Joker was he jumped off from the building. Joker never really came back. I know his damage was done, but that was a one man with one city. This was one alien with the universe. He slapped away half the universe. That was crazy. I think it has no weak points.
Best Marvel villain.
Actually, best Marvel villain.
Wait. Does Loki give a?
Loki, I wouldn't count him as a villain. Actually, okay, fine. Loki, Thanos.
No, it's Thanos, Loki, because Loki.
Okay, Thanos, Loki, and then I like Green Goblin, Norman Osborn.
He's not. Oh yeah.
Okay, but what's no flaws with Infinity War.
Wait, let me get to my number 4 because I have Deadpool Wolverine.
Okay.
So
is it great? Yes. Will it age like fine wine in
10
years?
Because I will go to anybody and say that Deadpool Wolverine, I like it more than Wait, that kind of that feels wrong. You're right. That feels wrong saying that Deadpool Wolverine is better than Infinity War.
Deadpool Wolverine doesn't. Can I say this? It doesn't feel like a third movie to Deadpool. It doesn't.
But you're hurting my brain. I don't feel good saying that it's better than Infinity War. I don't even know if I believe that.
This is what happens when you rank movies, dude. But what were we on? Number 4?
Yeah, what's your number 4?
That's your number 4 is Deadpool Wolverine. Okay, yeah, it was a great movie.
Wait, what's your number 4? If you say, what's your number 4?
Captain America: The First Avenger.
Oh, okay.
I like
the first.
Yeah,
no,
I got so
no,
pressed
no,
and heated when you put it in. What did you have it at?
First Avenger.
What did you have it at? No, what did you have
I
it
had
at?
outside of my top 20. Like, I had it at number 25.
Oh,
number 4.
Gosh, yes. No, I loved it so much.
You're kidding. Like, you're trying to be funny, right?
No, it's my number 4.
Wait, you missed a movie.
I did.
Because there's still 4 more. Oh, wait, never mind. You didn't. No, yeah, you did. You did. Yes, you did.
What did I miss?
There's 2 more Guardians left. I know. Endgame and No Way Home. There's 4 more movies left, and you have 7 spots.
Wait, what?
You messed up. I think you messed up ranking them. Yeah.
I have.
There's 2 more Guardians left. Guardians 1 and 3.
2.
And then there's Spider-Man, No Way Home, and then there's Endgame.
Oh, okay. I might have tripped up on something. Okay, but no way. I mean, not No Way
First
Home.
Avenger?
First Avenger, it's personal. There, it's personal. I love Steve Rogers, Captain America. But
You're gonna tell me that Red Skull.
Red Skull. That movie paid off. I'm gonna go on a limb and say Endgame is your number 1 or 2. We wouldn't have that beautiful send-off if we didn't have Captain America, the first Avenger, because he's the first Avenger for Avengers Endgame. And that dance that Chris Evans owed Peggy was fulfilled in Endgame. We wouldn't have it without that. And this showed like the skinny kid from Brooklyn, Queens. Sorry, skinny kid from Queens. Dude. No, Brooklyn was able to do that. It's so good. It's the start to one of the best, the Captain America trilogy.
So, all I can say is this. I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna talk. All I can
Dude, I loved it so much.
I love how Karma will
calm down. It's
okay.
I like how it's a war movie, but it's also a buddy movie, and it has that sweet romance with him and Peggy. They do have great chemistry, and I heard they're coming back for Doomsday, so we'll see what happens with that. Go.
I'm never gonna talk about it. I can't change people like you. So, number 3, I have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Okay. So do I. No.
Wait, you messed up, dude. You messed up so hard. There's a No Way Home, there's an Endgame, and there's 2 Guardians. Those don't fit in 3 spots. You realize that, right? You can't change math. Okay, well, whatever. Just rank them in your order. Okay, so I have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This was the most beautiful movie of 2020s, huh? Yeah. It was just so, oh my god. It was so heartbreaking. The Rocket.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Great villain. I hated that villain. That was one of the first Marvel villains that I hate because of what he did to Rocket. Horrible villain. No, not a horrible villain, but such a bad villain that I hate him in a way. But yeah, I don't know.
That was a movie that made me cry in theaters. I think one of the first. Maybe I was a kid, for Up or whatever. No, I wasn't really.
The way Rocket.
But Rocket, oh my gosh. I don't want to cry on camera, okay? But this was this was a beautiful movie, and
Star-Lord did. I love
Star-Lord. And the dog days are over. That was a perfect ending. I can't tell you how much I love that ending. I really can't.
It's just a beautiful movie.
It's just beautiful. Like we said, great movie.
That's art, and that's art.
That's art.
That is cinema.
The soundtrack is there. The action, the humor, the honestly the romance, the chemistry with Chris Pratt, with Star-Lord and Gamora. It's earned.
It's there
because it's not his.
Also, I love that the way that. Can I say? I love that the way that didn't end up together because it's not you don't always have to do that because they just gave a look at each other and then there.
It's not his.
It's good. Yeah, it's not his Gamora and it'll never be.
It's even more heartbreaking when you know
it's
that
not
it's
like
not
a Peggy where he goes back. No, it's not. It's not always gonna be like that. But yeah, it's just a.
Oh my god! Chills.
Beautiful. I don't like rewatching it because of the Rocket. That's the only reason why I don't, because it makes me so sad.
It just makes my heart. But we'll get to my number 1. Okay, what's your
number 2?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know what you're gonna do. You have to do spots and you have
I
two
don't
more slots.
know.
Okay, I have Endgame at number 2.
I have Endgame at number 2.
So you have.
No, wait.
So you have. Wait. Why do you have two
Okay, I
spots at
have
number 1?
Endgame at number.
Okay,
Let's
can
just
we
say.
disagree that this is a
We disagree
great?
that
Wait,
this
can we
was
agree
the
that this is the greatest Marvel
uh,
superhero movie? Can we agree to that?
yeah.
That this is the greatest
Yeah.
Marvel movie? No, superhero movie of all time. Just wrapped up an entire.
With the time travel and everything. Okay, let's first pick out the flaws. What's the flaws? Time travel is a little wonky. Time travel is always wonky. Look at any time travel movie ever, from Back to the Future to like literally any other movie.
Also, Hulk. Maybe that's a
Hulk,
flaw.
maybe that's a flaw, but it was for that movie,
Yeah.
and he has his thing. He snapped back everyone else.
Yeah,
He snapped back
it's
Spider-Man.
like he was
snapped back-
made for this.
It's like
So,
yeah, all the memes that came from it.
No, that's
like-
probably right after Spider-Man 3. That's probably the most. No, that probably is like the most memeable
Marvel
movie. Yeah,
yeah.
and not in a bad way, just in a
It's
funny.
because
cool,
of how great it is. It's long,
the
but it's so
Captain
great.
catching me only, dude.
Oh,
Dude, that's so, yeah.
And then the Avengers.
Yeah,
Sample.
it's a
That
great
is
movie.
Peak
And then
cinema.
Iron Man snap, dude.
It's such
the
a
snap is the most iconic movement of anybody, like in
history.
cinematic hit, dude.
That's so over 10 years.
Spidey, everybody coming back. Thanos was a great.
All the
villain.
callbacks, like my name's like Clint. I don't care.
Yeah,
like I give it to me. Like
yeah.
all the callbacks were there. Everyone was there. Natasha's death was so earned.
It was always a 6 of them.
It was always a 6.
It always came down to the 6 of them.
And then I love how there was no post credit scene because they.
Or the way he like closing with his mom,
yeah.
where he's still finding himself. That's just a great.
The way that like Rhodey and Nebula connected.
The most iconic credits of all time.
Oh my gosh!
It's just tiny. Yeah, it's just.
It's
amazing.
so beautiful, that movie.
Okay, what do you have for your number 1 or whatever?
Okay, can I just say, No Way Home is right there next to Endgame. Like I said, it's beautiful. It tied back from the Spider-Man
Wait, let me give my number 1 then. Okay. My number 1 is Spider-Man No Way Home. This is my favorite. Okay, this isn't the best, in my opinion. This isn't the best Marvel movie. This is my favorite Marvel movie, superhero movie. It's so the Sweet Spidey, like, oh my god, it was so many callbacks, so many references. So many. I can't say that it made me nostalgic because I didn't grow up with Toby. I didn't grow up with Andrew, but it still made me nostalgic, even though I didn't grow up with them. But yeah, it was so. The villains were great. Everyone was great. The way they killed off Aunt May, that was so sad and heartbreaking.
I did not expect
but it was, I didn't know. I don't think anybody expected that.
And
Ned was great. All the callbacks, they did everybody justice. Yeah, like it was so. Oh my god! And the fact that they might all show again in Secret Wars is even.
It gives me chills.
Yeah.
And then like the post-credit scene with Venom.
Hype is
oh my god!
The hype was unreal.
I think it was bigger than Endgame, bigger than.
It's a bit most hype for a movie. For a movie of all time, yeah. And imagine if it hadn't come out during the pandemic, it
would have made. It would have made $3 billion.
I fully agree that it would have been the highest grossing
movie of all time,
and
it didn't come out in the pandemic. Yeah, Spidey literally swung in to save theaters. Like people.
That movie didn't come out. That movie wasn't so successful. Then we probably would be watching
all these movies.
We probably would watch Deadpool Wolverine at home on Prime Video.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just
that's
so. Oh my god.
And I agree with you. Perfect. Yes, that would be like
saved Marvel and the MCU.
That would be my number
cinema.
2. Yeah. Okay. And my number 1 is Guardians of the Galaxy, the original, 2014. Is my favorite superhero movie. It is a big personal thing. I love the director, like I said, James Gunn. I love Rocket Raccoon. I love how I'm a sucker for this like dysfunctional family. They did it first. They did it best in 2014. It's in space. It felt that was actually the first movie to not have the Avengers. Because like Doctor Strange was after, the Black Panther was after.
That's the first movie that wasn't actually. No, I was about to say that's the first movie that wasn't in space. We had Thor, but now,
no,
yeah,
but, you get yeah. They created a family in space, and they fought this Ronin guy, which I know isn't super memorable, but that Power Stone is memorable. They built the Infinity Stones. They started there with like the Collector showing them all the Infinity Stones. It started there.
First showing of Thanos, like where
real piece of Thanos and his daughter, which will become so important in Avengers Endgame, like with Nebula, with both Nebulas. It shows Gamora, who will be killed off and will be a major plot point in Infinity War.
I'm not gonna bash you on it because it's a good movie.
It's my favorite. It's nostalgic, but it's also like just perfect. There's no flaws. It's just perfect. It's
Yeah.
great.
So that's all the Marvel movies, right?
It's all the
That was a
Marvel movies
long
great.
one. Wow.
Call us Marvel fanboys, superhero nerds, what have you. But this was great.
And we do want to announce a giveaway. We'll
Yes.
be giving away this Spider-Man Funko Pop to a lucky subscriber. So first, what you have to do is you have to subscribe, like this video, and comment down below your favorite superhero movie.
Yeah.
Could be anything. We
It
wanna
could be
hear it.
Superman, Batman,
Yeah. Doesn't even have to be Marvel. Yeah.
Suicide Squad.
Just your favorite superhero movie.
Favorite superhero movie. Just comment down below and you'll get this.
And you'll be entered into the giveaway. So
And
make
then
sure to
we'll
do that.
contact you. Okay.
And that's about it.
That's
That's
about
it for the
it.
podcast.
So this was A&A.
Have a great day.